All right, let's talk about lower back pain. If you're watching this, the chances are you spend most of your day sitting with your laptop open, shoulders hunched, head forward, and now your back is screaming at you. That stiffness when you stand up, or that ache that just won't go away, or maybe even a sharp pain when you twist or bend down. And here's the truth, lower back pain rarely comes from one thing that's going wrong. It usually comes from poor awareness, poor load sharing, and poor strength over time. Your body basically got really good at sitting and really bad at everything else. But here's the good news. You're not broken. Your body has just adapted to what you've done over the past few years. And I'm going to show you the exact 5-step roadmap to fix it. Okay, let's go. So let's start with why this is happening. You sit maybe for 8 to 10 hours a day, your hips get tight, your upper back rounds forward, and your lower back, it's doing everything. But here's what's supposed to happen. Your spine is designed to move piece by piece, not just stay stagnant. We want to be moving the upper thoracic, the mid back, the lower back, and then we want to get all these things working together. But when you sit all day, all the movement just gets dumped into the same few spots in your lower back. Your spine loses the ability to move properly, and that's when pain shows up. Add in the fact that most of us don't even know where our lower back is, can't feel it, and barely train it. And then you've got a recipe for chronic tightness and pain. So what do? Let's go through this step by step. Step 1 is to learn to feel your spine and move it piece by piece. Here's some ways to find this. One is a wall flexion drill. You want to stand with your back against the wall and then slowly peel your spine off the wall one piece at a time. You want to start with your head by tucking your chin, then your shoulders, your mid back, your lower back, and then you want to reverse it, stacking it back up piece by piece. You're teaching your brain, this is my spine and I can move each part separately. We can reinforce this with spinal waves. I like to get my clients doing this with their hands on a box. And you start by tucking the pelvis, rounding the lower back, and then rounding into the mid thoracic, the upper thoracic, and then finally tucking the chin and getting into the neck. And then you want to go in the other direction, moving into extension, so arching from your lower back and then extending all the way up until you lift your chin. You want to move smooth and controlled with a wave-like motion. These drills teach you how to control where your spine is moving and help you create a distinction between moving your spine and moving your hips. They also help teach you how to spread movement across your whole back instead of jamming it into one spot. If you skip this step, everything else will become much harder. Step 2 is about building stability. Your lower back isn't designed to move a ton. Its main job is to stay stable. That stability comes from 2 things, your deep core muscles and your glutes. When those aren't doing their job, your lower back moves too much and forces build up in the wrong place. Over time, that's going to lead to pain. So we need to teach your body that your lower back doesn't have to do everything. Your core and glutes can help. So here's how. For the core, we can do a hollow body hold. So you're lying on your back, you're pressing your lower back flat into the ground, and you're lifting your arms and feet just a few inches off the floor. And you want to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. This teaches your deep core to kick in and control your lower back position. That means your lower back doesn't have to hyperextend to stabilize, and your abs are getting really strong in the correct position. Next, we've got glute bridges, again lying on your back, now with the knees bent, feet flat, and you're engaging your glutes and lifting your hips up. You want to try to roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time, just like that feeling that we found in the wall segmentation drill. You want to hold at the top for 2 seconds, contracting the glutes, and then lower slowly, 10 to 15 reps. This trains your glutes to control your pelvis and take pressure off the lower back. Once you've got these down, you can progress to things like hip thrusts with weight or single leg glute bridge variations. Now you've built a really stable foundation and your spine doesn't have to do all the work. Okay, the next step is all about rotation. Rotation should happen at your hips and your upper back, but not your lower back. Here's the problem, the lower back doesn't rotate very well. It's not built for it. But when your hips and upper back are tight, your lower back tries to rotate instead. Tissues that aren't supposed to twist start taking the load. And that's one of the most common reasons people get stuck in a pain loop. So we need to get rotation back where it belongs. One exercise would be kneeling against the wall with both hands pressed against it and holding onto a band. You're then going to rotate your upper body and reach one arm back behind you. You're trying to keep your hips still, so you're isolating the rotation to the mid and upper back. You can do about 10 reps each side, and here you're teaching your upper back to rotate without dragging your lower back into it. Next, for the hips, we can look at internal rotation drills. Your hips are supposed to rotate when you walk, run, twist, and change directions, but when they can't rotate, your pelvis compensates. And when your pelvis compensates, your lower back starts to twist instead. Over time, that builds up stress, normally on one side. So for this, we want to sit on the ground, finding two 90-degree angles with the legs, one in front of you, one behind you. And then you want to lean towards the back hip or twist towards the back hip and hold for about 30 seconds. We're then going to do some contractions by driving the knee up into your hand. You're not actually moving, you're just creating this contraction end range. And you want to hold this or do this for about 10 seconds. And then after the contraction, you'll be able to twist deeper into the internal rotation. You can do about 3 rounds of this. Once you have this hip internal rotation, your lower back doesn't have to pick up the slack anymore. Okay, the next step, step 4, is all about extension. If your upper back doesn't extend, your lower back will instead. And the upper back is built to extend, to open up, to reach overhead, stand tall. But when you sit all day, look at screens and hunch forward, your upper back gets very stiff. So when you try to reach overhead, stand up straight, or press something overhead, your upper back can't move, so your lower back will arch instead. And there's your lower back pain. And if you do this over and over again, things are going to get progressively worse. Here's some exercises to fix it. One is an active shoulder flexion stretch. You're going to put your hands onto a box with your arms straight, and you want to really try and keep your lower back flat as you press your chest down to the floor. You also want to keep your head above your shoulders. We want to hold this for about 40 seconds. Here you're opening up your upper back so your lower back doesn't have to compensate. Another exercise is the banded thoracic extension. You want to loop a resistance band around something about shoulder height in a kneeling position, and then you want to hold it overhead with both hands so that it's pulling you back with some resistance. We want to have this kneeling position so that we're helping the body to isolate the extension to the mid or upper thoracic region. These drills give you back that upper back mobility so that you have better overhead movement and less stress on your lower back. Okay, the final step is lower back strength. Here's the truth, avoiding your lower back will not make you safer, it actually makes you weaker. You have muscles in the lower back that are designed to produce force, to resist bending, and to handle load in everyday life. If you never train them, normal stuff becomes too much, your tolerance drops, and you end up in pain doing basic tasks. The goal here isn't to hammer your lower back every day, it's to build basic strength so that it can handle life. My favorite exercise for this is the Superman. Lie on your stomach, lift your chest and legs off the ground at the same time. Arms either overhead or in a cactus shape, and then we want to hold for a few seconds and lower with control. We can either do something like 8 to 10 reps or just a 60-second hold. These build your lower back's ability to handle stress. They make you more confident loading your spine and prepare you for real-world demands that are going to inevitably show up. You're teaching your lower back to get strong and not to hide from load. Cool, so those are the steps. Learn to feel your spine, move it piece by piece, build stability through a strong core and glutes, get your hips and upper back rotating properly instead of forcing that rotation to the lower back, and open up your upper back through extension so your lower back stops compensating. Finally, strengthen your lower back to build that tolerance and confidence. This is the roadmap. Please follow it. You're not broken. You've just got to fix what's sitting messed up. If this helped, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.